Snipers, you have to see what's happening in the Bitcoin price right now. This is an emergency 3 a.m. update. You can see I have all of my screens out today because I did a ton of digging on the charts before getting this video out to ensure to give you guys the best update possible. Smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm if you support this content. So it is very clear right now, Bitcoin is having a cup of coffee inside of a descending triangle just above the 2018 previous all-time high. When you have a cup of coffee for this long, that means that this is not the final destination. And so we have to address what could happen if we break below the 2018 previous all-time high, as it is the weekend where the markets are the most manipulated. But before we talk about that, I do want to talk about some puzzle pieces to close the week off that I believe are extremely important to keep in mind here. Being the first one here, the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart for the first time closing a full daily candle below 53,500 Satoshis, which is a major support level that now has been breached completely, and that assumes fears coming into the market. That's not a good puzzle piece to close the week off with. The DXY closing 0.82% to the upside. When the DXY closes green, that means we have a potentially bearish bias into the weekend, and that would also show confluence with how the S&P 500 closed with a bearish daily candle indecision and closing in the red. So that would indicate a bearish bias for the most part during this weekend. And that's totally fine. Why? Because we know here on the Snipers channel that Bitcoin is currently, as we speak, in a capitulation, which means that the bottom is near, but that doesn't mean we can't see further downside. So the question is, where's the final destination? Well, when you reach a final destination, you will immediately reach that destination and turn back around, not have a cup of coffee and sit at that destination. So we could argue this if we were just throw out a thesis. If you're a whale right now and you're holding a lot of Bitcoin and Bitcoin is just sitting less than 2% away from its yearly lows as it is right now, why wouldn't you just take half of your Bitcoin, put up a leveraged short position, and then sell off your Bitcoin and then make out with some gains? Well, if that were to happen, what we'd see is a breach of 19,000, potentially bouncing right back up, maybe even above where price action is currently. And so all of these are downside scenarios that are potentially on the table. 17,204 being the first major downside target for Bitcoin if we were to breach 19,000. But don't be surprised if we see a strong reaction there, because when you reach a final destination, you will immediately turn back around. If we look at what happened in March of 2020, this is going to blow your mind, snipers. When we saw Bitcoin form its bottom on that daily candle, we dropped over 50% from the candle high to the bottom, and then within one day, this is what I mean by when you reach a destination, you immediately turn back around. Within one day of dropping 50%, the next daily candle went up over 50%. And so have we reached a final destination with Bitcoin having a cup of coffee right above its 2018 previous all-time high? Well, so far, it doesn't look like it. We need to conquer this major resistance to assume any further upside for Bitcoin at 23,795. So if we were to look at Ethereum, it wouldn't be a surprise for Bitcoin to break its 2018 previous all-time high at 19,000, because guess what? Ethereum already did that and has already stair-stepped its way down. By the way, if Bitcoin breaks 19,000, say goodbye to the 4 digits for Ethereum. It will start to go into the $900 range. And so we want to continue to monitor that. Not much other revolving parts that are too significant, other than the fact that I will say the Bitcoin to SPY chart, we've been watching this closely. On the 6-hour, we had one bullish 6-hour candle, but we've yet to get any price action back above it. And you can see just as I'm recording this video, Bitcoin just breached below this 6-hour bullish candle, invalidating it, indicating further lows and weakness for Bitcoin against the SPY. And that's not a good thing, because guess what? We've already tested the 50-month moving average, and that indicates that we could potentially break it. That would be the first time since the last 2 cycles that we've seen Bitcoin hold the 50-month moving average with Bitcoin against the SPY. Wow, as I record this video, guess what? We just broke below 20,000 US dollars. Isn't that crazy, snipers? This is the first time we have breached below 20,000 US dollars this year, live, while I'm recording this video. We knew this was coming because we were having a cup of coffee. So here's what I'm watching, snipers. I'm expecting us to potentially come down to around 17,204. we could potentially bounce back and have a strong reaction back above 20,000 US dollars once we reach that area. Or by the time that the candle opens for this week, we could be back above 20,000 if we don't get to 17,204. But we just have to realize right now, the shorts are in favor, and that when we reach this final destination, we will immediately turn right back around. It is clear Bitcoin is still making its move. And so I can only get you guys so much information on this video, but I will update you guys as things progress. But we just know this for sure, based on on-chain analytics, based on where fundamentals are, we are currently in a capitulation with miners already selling off from the $30,000 level. Let's see where this final destination is for Bitcoin. It's never a bad time to dollar cost average spot positions into Bitcoin. If you're entering into any leverage positions, don't go over 8x leverage right now, whether that's short or long, and just realize that we are still in the process of finding that final destination for Bitcoin. It is still a bearish bias into this weekend. And so let's keep watch of what happens. I will update you guys as this situation progresses, as it is too premature to give you guys a further update. But 17,204 is my first support below this $19,000 level. Let's see what happens, snipers. We just broke it. I need to get back on the charts. I'm going to have to turn these computers back on, even though it's 3 a.m., but that's part of the gig. And with that, thank you all for tuning into the Snipers channel for this 3 a.m. emergency update. I will see you guys next time, snipers.